It's good, you too. Yo. Yeah, this ain't gonna be a long video today, just to let y'all know. Yo.
Red, you hear yo?
Yeah, I just got here.
I can't hear you.
You say you can't hear me.
Your volume is off, yo.
Bro, my volume can't be off, man. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Hold on. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. How you doing?
Chilling.
Shit.
No, I can't stay too long, yo. We gotta do this shit now, cause I gotta leave at 8.
Yeah.
We're not answering no stupid questions about Eminem. Fuck Eminem. This is we doing Donna Summer, niggas was talking about Eminem. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Get your head right.
I'm just gonna change my shirt right quick, pull up my nose, and get this shit out of the way. Cause thank God it's the 5-song album.
6.
Well, I'm not counting the reprise.
You're not calling. Oh,
Sorry if I was running late, man. Uber took me all the way to Apex and shit.
yeah.
And I just got done listening to all the Nice and Smooth albums too. So
Oh Lord.
yeah,
Hey. Oh man.
all I can say is I cannot wait to talk about P Funk. That's all I can say. Just a little quick disclaimer. I'm going to push the Soundgarden breakdown to late June, early July, because since I'm running out of time and shit, you know.
You good? I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not a huge Soundgarden fan anyway, so you're good. Let's push that as far as possible.
I feel you. Like I said, I like Soundgarden, but I'm not like the biggest Soundgarden fan myself, but I like them. So, but like I said, I want to get over P Funk first and shit.
Sam, if you love Soundgarden, get your ass up on here and talk about them. Save me the trouble.
Yes. The only thing about Soundgarden's fan base is I do not consider them a grunge band. That's my opinion.
Hey, if Sam is requesting these bands, let his ass come on here and talk about these bands. I don't listen to these people.
He didn't. This is on me. I didn't even question. He didn't question shit. This is on me.
Bring his ass on here and he can talk about Soundgarden and Alice in Chains. I don't listen to these bands.
I thought you listened to Alice in Chains.
I listened to that one album, but I'm not a fan of them.
Respect.
My thing is alternative rock, people. That is it. It is
That
not
is that is
hard.
all.
It is not hard rock. It is not heavy metal. I am Linkin Park. I am Paramore. I am Red Hot Chili Peppers. I am Green Day. Those are my groups.
You know, grunge is alternative rock too.
I,
You know.
I feel you, but I don't like every grunge band though. I don't like everyone. Sonic Youth was dope. Nirvana I love. I don't like Stone Temple Pilots and all these other bands that these people are requesting for us to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Run that money if you want us to talk about these damn bands and shit.
Like I said, this is on me. Like I said.
But you're not heavy into Soundgarden, but you still want to talk about them.
You said what?
You're not a heavy Soundgarden fan, but you still want to discuss them.
I mean, yeah, just for fuck's sake,
And
yeah.
Alice in Chains.
I mean, I didn't say I want to discuss Alice in Chains' discography because I don't have all the albums. I only have like 2 of the albums and shit. But I was just re-listening to some of their shit, and some of their shit kind of intrigued me. That's why
Right.
I was like, okay, I was like, okay, some of this shit's kind of good and shit. That's why I was going to see your opinion on that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Not a fan.
Okay.
I'm not a fan.
Well, fine. Well, okay, cool. I think of something along the way and shit like that because I definitely want to do something where we're both musical, like a fan off and shit too.
Linkin Park.
I'll give Linkin Park a chance. Okay.
Have you listened to any Linkin Park or no?
Yeah, I listened like the first two albums a while back ago.
That's their best to me.
I agree.
I mean, I like Living Things, or Living Things had an EDM sound to it. You know, Thousand South. All of those other albums were okay, but their first two were the best.
Yeah. Yo, Eric, I will let you in right now, but we both gotta go in like a couple of minutes. I'm actually about to
Yes.
start this review.
I'm having an IG live tonight at 8 o'clock. I must talk about some things. People taking shots at me and shit. You know I'm gonna respond.
I
It's
feel
only
you.
right. Because if I don't respond, I wouldn't be me.
Yeah, I gotta meet a friend around that time too. So
You know.
but yeah, where's my fucking charger? Then we gonna start this shit. Like I said before, thank God this album is not too long. There's not really that much to really talk about. It's a, besides the title track, I'm not gonna
Right.
lie.
Right.
Good album though.
Right.
Yeah. Like I said, they heard me talk about this album in the past too. So I'm just
Yeah, you talk about this album already?
no, I mean I
Oh,
mentioned it in the past. Like I fuck with shout out to Eric by the way for hooking nigga up with a
yeah.
copy.
Yeah, shout out to Eric. Eric, I did get that package in the mail. Thank you very much. I
Oh, by the
appreciate
way,
that.
Eric, I saw your email you sent me. I meant to respond to you the other car was fucked up, but appreciate the lookout though. All right, I'm ready to start whenever you are, bro.
Let's go. Let's go.
All right, what's up, you two? How's everyone doing this lovely Wednesday night? It's your boy Reg in the building. Got my homeboy Try with me.
What up?
Before I start, rest in peace to all the victims in Texas and stuff like that. Fucked up situation. In case I didn't send my condolences out. But we are finally gonna talk about the one, the only Donna Summer with
Yes.
her second album, Love to Love You Baby. A lot of people think this is first. It's actually a second album. Her first was actually Lady of the Night, but that was only released in the Netherlands and shit too. So,
Yep.
but this might as well be her breakthrough album to be real with you. So, this album came out in 1975 on Casablanca under Oasis. It was produced by Pete Balletti. I don't know if I'm saying his name right and shit like that, but yeah, he's one of the main ones that really orchestrated Donna Summer's sound. Him, and Giorgio Moroder and stuff. And the only single this album came out with is, of course, the title track, "Love to Love You, Baby."
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's no guest appearances, just Donna Summer. All right, the Queen of Disco,
Yes.
the grand diva of disco, in my opinion, the
Mm-hmm.
greatest disco artist ever.
Facts.
Just to let y'all know, this is actually the first full-fledged disco album we're talking about and stuff like that too. Because yeah, I talked about Off the Wall in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Talked about Diana Ross's Diana, but you
Right.
gotta remember those artists crossed over to the disco sound and shit like that. This was just like full-edged disco, like the beginning of disco too. So
Right.
how did you get into Donna Summer? Just asking.
With this album, Love to Love You Baby, huge hit single from this
Hold on.
album.
They said they can't hear me.
They can't hear you? I hear you.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
Fuck, see, I'm talking about. Stream y'all bullshit. That's what you got. Somebody in chat, let me know if they can hear me because I don't have time for this bullshit today. Fuck it, just keep going. Just keep going. We'll just yeah.
Yeah, it was just with this album, and Love to Love You Baby was a huge hit, and every album just kept getting better and better. She was definitely running disco. I don't think nobody was even touching her when it came to disco, man. And the beautiful singing, the production, and she was gorgeous, and she wasn't afraid to like show her sexuality on record. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people was offended by that. And oh, you can't be moaning on a record. What's wrong with her? And she's always been one of my favorites. And I felt like she ran the '70s, but the '80s is when she kind of tapered off. Like
Mm,
right after she works hard for the money. That was like really her last big hit in the '80s to me. And then it's like I didn't really.
Okay.
There's other albums after that I didn't check out, but I think like '70s definitely was Donna Summer, and she was just great, man. Like she's a legend. You know, rest in peace, Donna Summer, and um, she has flawless albums. You know what I'm saying? Like too many to count. I think I got about like 6 or 7 of her albums just from that era. But it all started with this album for me.
Yes. Yes, man. Believe it or not, my introduction to Donna Summer was 3 words: Rugrats in Paris.
Wow,
Yes,
the movie.
yes.
Wow.
I like how it's like whenever we call these introductions, you always come out with like the most, like you just heard a little growing up. I just come out with the most off the wall shit, you know.
Hmm.
But yeah, so pretty much it was a scene where fucking Angelica was singing with these sumo wrestlers, the Bad Girls song and stuff like that. She added her own twist. Mind you, I was like fucking 5 or 6 years old when that movie had came out and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't know shit about Donna Summer, but then fucking years later, I heard the song again. I was like, oh, so that's where they got the song from and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So that was pretty much my introduction to Donna Summer. I definitely feel like, again, she is definitely one of the most illest artists, singers, artists. I'm not gonna lie, I liked most of some of the '80s shit. I'm not gonna hold you and
Right.
shit, but I definitely respect your opinion and stuff too. I kind of feel like she's one of the few disco artists that survived the disco train and shit like that. Cause there's been hella disco artists like, unfortunately, the Bee Gees, Chic, which I fuck with Chic too. You know, I fuck with Bee Gees and Chic. Um, they pretty much just like fell through. You know, once disco had that disco demolition, they weren't really popping in the charts like that. You know what I'm saying? But Donna still remained like consistent throughout. You know what I'm saying? Like I haven't heard really everything in the '80s, but some of the shit I've heard, I definitely fuck with and shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's my personal opinion. So for those who don't know who Donna Summer is, she is a singer. She is a singer born in singer born in Boston, Massachusetts, which I did not even fucking know, honestly. Um, you know, she pretty much was like born in a church and stuff like that, and she was very religious growing up. You know what I'm saying? Her family was very religious. I used to go to church every Sunday and whatnot, and pretty much what had happened was like she eventually sang in a church choir. So once in 1967, before graduation, she moved to New York City where she joined this blues rock group called Crow. You know what I'm saying? But then when they wanted to sign up for a label, you know what happened? They were only interested in the lead singer, which was Donna Summer and stuff like that. And that pretty much caused like a lot of animosity with the group and stuff like that. And then they eventually broke up and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? So Donna Summer pretty much, was doing like a lot of musicals. She also learned how to speak German and stuff too, because she did like a few German plays, like um she did the German version of Me Nobody Knows and stuff like that too. She also did a German version of the song Aquarius, from the musical Hair and stuff like that. And also that song was also by the Fifth Dimension and
Right.
stuff too. It's very dope, underrated psychedelic soul group and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So fast forward to 1973, she eventually married her first husband, Helmut Summer, and stuff like that. She gave birth. She gave birth to him and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she gave birth to her son and stuff like that too. But eventually, they eventually divorced years later and stuff too. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
so now we're gonna get into the year 1974, and around this time too, she signed to like a European label called Oasis, which was headed by Giorgio Moroder and Pete Bellotti. Like I said, I don't know if I'm saying these names right, so if I'm butchering these names, I do apologize and shit like
Right.
that too. You know what I'm saying? So they had their first album in 1974 called "Lady of the Night." Like I said, this was like a mostly a only release in Netherlands, and it was like huge. huge hit in the Netherlands and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Um, but it was never released in America and stuff too. But
Right.
things would let it change within the next year when they were eventually working on this one song, and this song would eventually change her whole career and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
it would pretty much be the developing new sound of the whole disco sound. Because like at that time, disco, you had people like Casey and the Sunshine Band that was
Right.
still doing the thing, and well, he was really one of the main first ones and shit like that was doing that thing. And he had Gloria Gaynor and stuff like that too. But then once this song came out, "Love to Love You, Baby," it was a wrap. I'm gonna save most of my thoughts on that song and stuff like that too. But
Mhm.
let me show y'all what the album cover looks like. Very sexy album cover. You
Nice.
know,
Look like she's having an orgasm on here or some shit.
I mean that's pretty much the point. I mean that's pretty much the point and stuff like that.
Donna's nipples are hard on here. You can see it.
For real. And like I said, this album and this is a very controversial and stuff like that too. And even though this might be a disc album to some, I still consider it an R&B album and stuff like that too. This might be one of the best top five of 1975 too.
Right.
Probably this might be the most soulful album of her own career. I'm just gonna be keep it a buck.
Right.
'Cause I forgot how some of them early Donna Summer albums were soulful as fuck.
A lot of ballads on here.
Yes. And yes, I'm just unwrapping this now
How are you unwrapping this now? Man?
because I treat my music like fine wine. That's why.
Oh my god.
Don't worry, don't worry. Once I got this new record player, I'm gonna start unwrapping some old vinyls and stuff
Yeah.
like that too. I told you I was gonna listen to every album in my collection, which I consider blind buys or whatever. But hey,
Blind buys. Wow.
well, not like blind buys. If I haven't heard,
Like we just go into the store and just do like this and just pick out one. Like, oh, let me get
nah,
this.
nah. I mean, like if I'm familiar with the artist or a song or
Mm.
two, I'll pick the album up if I'm familiar with it. But if I'm not really have the knowledge on it, I want to listen to it first. That way, I won't be wasting my money.
Right.
Yeah. Eric said, "Lady of the Night is the only Donna Summer album I don't got in my collection." Yeah, that album's hard to come by. I've seen that shit go for a stupid amount of money, man. Thank God it's actually the actual album here. I would have been mad. I think Eric got this for me like either last year or the year before and shit.
Nice.
Nothing really, just the credits and shit.
Yeah,
All right, now, like I said, this album not a long album, pretty short. Like even in '70s standards too. You know what I'm saying? Because most '70s albums maybe had like 8 or 10 tracks and shit. This shit had literally 6 tracks. 5, not counting the reprise and stuff too. And we're gonna start off with the influential, the iconic "Love to Love You, Baby." I'm not gonna do the whole intro. I'm not gonna moan and stuff like that too, because y'all already had the vision created in your memory and stuff of the song. No lie, this is actually my favorite song off the album. I don't think that's anybody's surprise and stuff like that too. So the story with this track, give me 1 second, I'm pulling up my notes. So after the release of the Lady of the Night album, Giorgio Moroder and Pete Belletz, like I said, if I'm butchering the names, I'm sorry, fuck it. So they wanted Donna Summer to do like this. They were working on this song and they wanted her to do like this quote unquote racy kind of song. And so she heard it and she came up with the lyric "Love to Love You, Baby" and stuff like that too. So, and it was very dope because one of the, I think it was Moroder, it was his idea for her to do a lot of moaning and groaning and stuff like that too in the album. Like, and with if this shit didn't happen, we won't have albums like Marvin Gaye's "I Want You." Because at first I thought this was released in 1976 for a minute, but it was 1975 and shit too. But hey,
Boombox was good.
who's Boombox? Oh, what's up, bro?
See, I salute my peoples.
Yeah, man. So yeah, man. This album, I mean, this song right here, very, very, very dope. So I love the instrumentation of the song and stuff like that. The drums, like the sleaziness of it all. You know what I'm saying? Live performance alert. Definitely check out the midnight special performance of this song. She had on this like white gown and stuff like. I shared it on the community tab. I think about 3 or 4 weeks ago and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? The best version of that song. And yes, this song influenced everybody from Diana Ross when she did a whole Love Hangover, which I'm not gonna lie, that was her take on Donna Summer. Cor- Correct me if I'm wrong. And then yes, even Beyonce was influenced by this track too.
Oh, come on, Beyonce.
Yeah, she sampled this track and she said Donna Summer was an influence on her and shit, you know. But yeah, Love to Love You Baby, classic track.
Yeah, this was dope. This shit is like 60 minutes long, yo.
Right.
Long ass. This might the longest track on the album.
The whole side one of that.
Right, right. They just put the other five on the side B. But the best song on the album, definitely. You know, she's moaning. She's singing in like a whispering tone, and but it was a nice beat. Love the beat, the bass line, the keys, everything about it was great. Definitely a disco classic.
Yeah, this is a disco classic indeed. You know what I'm saying? Track number two, we got Full of Emptiness. Yes, this was like one of the more slower ballads on this album. This was a pretty solid ballad. I wasn't really too big on this track right here. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of it was kind of weird though. You know, it had like a very singer songwriter kind of feel to it. And if you guys are fans of like whole folk rock and stuff like that, you guys know what I'm talking about and shit. You know, so yeah,
Yeah, this was real funky, nice beat. My bad. You doing Full of Emptiness?
yeah.
This was a good ballad. She sang it beautifully. Nice pianos on it. A lot of ballads on this album. It's not like a yeah typical disco album. It's more a lot of ballads on here.
Yes.
This was good though.
Yeah, man. I definitely hear you about the ballads and stuff like that too. You know, cause I forgot, like I said, I forgot like she was very soulful in the earlier albums and stuff. You know.
Right.
Next track, Need a Man Blues. Self-explanatory. You know what I'm saying? She's lonely and stuff like that. And she's looking for a man and stuff like you know what I'm saying. Very very dope song. You can tell like you can pretty much tell like they pretty much wanted to have like a follow up to Love You Baby. Like you can imagine her just in her bed alone, all naked and shit like that. If they ever did like a video or something like that, I don't know. I'm just fantasizing on shit. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Yeah, this song got you in the mood. I see. Yes, it definitely was a dope song.
I'm
Real
weak.
funky, nice beat, nice bass line. Yeah, this is dope.
That you know she's away from her lover, and I guess like she goes to the ocean because that's like the favorite place to go to and stuff like that. So definitely a very 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 dope song. Probably my favorite ballad off this album.
And when the song starts, you hear like the waves crashing against the ocean, and that's constantly in the background while she's singing, and I love that. You know, she kept it true to the song, and another great ballad. She sang it, beautifully.
Yes, another very great ballad indeed. Um, and the last track, Pandora's Box. Well, the last main track. Um, very, very, very funky, very cool track indeed, in my opinion. Definitely probably my second favorite track off this whole album. If there was like another follow-up thing, this probably would have been the perfect chance and stuff. So yeah,
Yeah, this is dope. Love the pianos on here. Real funky track. Nice beat. It has like almost like a '60s Motown sound to it,
yes,
but definitely a banger.
yeah, definitely a banger too. All right, and that's oh it well the reprise. There was like a reprise of the emptiness track and stuff like that for the emptiness,
I got you.
which
I got you.
yeah, which
I got
that
you, Eric. I'll email it to you.
yeah, which that was pretty okay and stuff like that. Overall, very 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 dope album. This is a classic album indeed.
Yes.
You know, this album and Bad Girls are probably my favorite Donna Summer albums and stuff. You know,
On Bad Girls.
very.
That's a
You
good
said what?
album too. Bad Girls is a great album too.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, man. Definitely one of the highlights of her career, and you can tell like she was really starting to take more creative control with this. Well,
Right.
along with her producers and stuff too, and stuff like that.
Hmm.
I would definitely give this a 5 mics all the fucking way.
Definitely. And like I said earlier, like it's not your typical disco album. You know, you got like 6 tracks and like 3 out of the 5 is like ballads. And but the production was great, you know, and I love you know, the way that she sang. I think she was an underrated singer.
Right.
And she could do ballads and she could do disco. And it was great, you know, Pandora's Box and Love to Love You Baby and you know, Whispering Waves and great album. Definitely a classic.
Yeah, classic indeed. All right. And that's all the time we have. Oh, well, we're gonna come back around 11:15.
Yeah.
We talk about the nice and smooth discography.
Yes.
Yeah, we just gotta handle some shit. Real life is calling us. Thanks, Try, for doing this
You
quick
know,
thing with me and stuff like that.
yeah. It's the quickest one we ever did.
Right. If we do a versus reaction, hopefully this shit is free. I'm not trying to do that whole pay per view bullshit.
That's tomorrow, right?
Yeah, the 8 ball MDG UGK. Yeah,
All
hope
right.
y'all have a good night. Peace.
Peace.